Today, we're counting down our picks for the top 20 creepiest, unexplained security footage. For this list, we're looking at frightening footage of unusual occurrences captured on security cameras. Which one of these would freak you out? Tell us in the comments. Number 10. Rocking horse poltergeist. Antique toys are creepy enough as is, but things get turned up a notch when they start moving by themselves. In 2017, in a store called Barnsley Antique Center, a rocking horse toy from the 1960s was flipped over onto the floor by something the camera couldn't capture. The owner, Daniel Parker, found the toy on the floor in the morning and later reviewed the footage to see how it got there when things didn't add up. He even tried to recreate the incident by moving the toy in front of the camera, but it just didn't match. The store is a beacon for bizarre events, according to Parker, because before this, a cabinet in the store inexplicably exploded. Number 9. Deer Park, CBS Ghost. If you study in Deer Park, CBS School in Cork, Ireland, exams might not be the only thing you have to worry about. CCTV camera footage from the school went viral in 2017 after it showed lockers being shaken by no one. Sheets of paper flying all over and a plastic sign on the floor flipping over all by itself. Critics point out that the placement of the security camera, the fact that there are two cameras pointed at the same spot, the fact that this was uploaded close to Halloween, and so on, make it seem like one big bluff. Critics point out that the placement of the security camera, the fact that there are two cameras pointed at the same spot, the fact that this was uploaded close to Halloween, and so on, make it seem like one big bluff. I'm curious why you need two cameras to film the same area. Even more curious, why is the other camera several feet higher than the one capturing the ghost? The school's administration, however, disregards these accusations and has declared themselves one of Ireland's most haunted schools. Number 8. Lara Smith. Talks disappearance in 2014. Lawrence Pintak was waiting at Varna Airport in Bulgaria for his flight home to Germany. Everything seemed fine until Last stood up and bolted out of the airport, never to be seen again. It was reported that he shouted, "I don't want to die here. I have to get out of here." As he ran while on vacation, he was involved in an altercation with some other German tourists in Varna. Number 7. Missy Beavers murderer. In April 2016, Missy Beavers was killed by an unknown assailant at a dance studio in a church in Midlothian, Texas. Security cameras on the premises show a person wearing what resembles tactical police gear, the authenticity of which is unknown. There was also footage of a car driving slowly in a parking lot of a closed business nearby, which they suspect was the killer's. Even stranger, still, the police gear might have been used to lower people's guards, since no alarms were rung. Sadly, Missy Beavers' murderer hasn't been identified yet, even after thousands of tips were sent to the police, federal, state, and local agencies pored over the tips and evidence, but none of it has panned out. It is difficult to believe that 5 years later that we haven't made an arrest. Number 6. Springfield clowns. Being a clown and doing weird stuff became a terrifying trend in 2016. But this string of encounters in the Springfield neighborhood in Jacksonville, Florida, can be traced all the way back to 2014. These goofy masked individuals would frequent people's porches and front doors and spoof the owners when they reviewed the footage the following morning. Eventually, these clips were shared, and it wasn't long before news stations started broadcasting them. No one really knows why it's happening. One theory is the remake of it, based on Stephen King's book. Most people believed these were just pranks, but no one ever confirmed anything. Were they all pranks, or were the clowns out to spread carnival-themed chaos? Number 5. Adam Ellis haunting. Dear David, you might be familiar with Adam Ellis's work as a writer and illustrator, or you might have been spooked beyond measure by his series of tweets recounting his interactions with the spirit of a boy named Dear David. Ellis apparently sometimes suffers from sleep paralysis, which is where one can't talk or move while waking up or falling asleep. So when he began tweeting about seeing a boy with a misshapen head in his home, many would have thought that it was a hallucination, except video captured his cat behaving very oddly like something invisible is bothering it. What seals the deal is the set of images Ellis took using his phone of Dear David himself. Number 4. Ring hacker. A parent's worst nightmare came to life as a hacker managed to infiltrate a family's ring security system and interact with their 8-year-old daughter, Alyssa, while she was in her bedroom. Great, man. I'm your best friend. This horrific ordeal was caught on camera, but the perpetrator has not been identified. In the video, you can see Melissa approach the camera as she sees the blinking light and gets startled by the stranger's voice. The person greets her and then uses a racial slur before asking her to see it along with him. This morning, the LeMay family, still on edge after the device that was supposed to make them feel safe did anything but he then tells her to smash her TV and that she can trust him. Poor Alyssa was left understandably shocked by the incident. Number 3. Mysterious attack. Here's another alleged ghost attack, but unlike our previous entries, this one appears to be far more violent. Although we don't know many details about the video, what we can say is that it is definitely disturbing. The woman in the video is distressed and seems to be running away from someone or something that the security camera seems unable to pick up. All of the furniture in the room gets thrown wildly, which prompts her to make a break for it, but something stops her and causes her to lose consciousness. Since the details are scant, the credibility of the clip is a mystery to number 2, the Erickson twins. This upsetting event took place in 2008 and managed to be filmed by CCTV cameras across the busy M6 motorway in the UK and by the film crew of the TV show Motorway Cops. Swedish twins Ursula and Sabina Eriksson were running into traffic to the horror of everyone around them. You can't believe that 2 people have just done that in front of you. Ursula broke both her legs, while Sabina was found unconscious. She woke up while the emergency services were treating both of them and assaulted an officer. She then started to spit at me, to claw, and literally to try and fight me, which is a bizarre situation. While Ursula was still recovering from her wounds, her sister was released from custody a short time afterwards. Sabina murdered a man named Glenn Hollinshead and attempted to flee, but she was arrested. Her defense counsel claimed that the twins had suffered from a form of shared psychosis. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Elisa Lam. Elevator footage. In February 2013, footage of Chinese-Canadian tourist Elisa Lam's last moments went viral, captured by a surveillance camera in an elevator of the Station Main Hotel in Los Angeles. It was released by the LAPD after her body was found in the rooftop system. You can see officials surrounding a water tank this morning. Someone complained about the water pressure at the hotel when a worker went to investigate. He found the body inside. It shows Lam apparently hiding in the elevator, pressing all the buttons and making unusual gestures. There have been contested claims from people online that the footage was edited before release. The coroner concluded that her bipolar disorder was a contributing factor in her death, and there is speculation that she was experiencing a psychotic episode, perhaps related to under-medicating. But we'll never know for sure what was going on in her mind or what precipitated her behavior. Do you agree with our picks?